Other interesting cultural news, you have Bud Light Beer Rice tweet. Well, it flops, to say the least. Now, this comes specifically for the Anheuser-Busch company's profile on X Twitter, whereas, most of the ratio tweets are from the Bud Light profile, because, again, that's the brand that got hit the heaviest, losing between 30 and 50% of their sales after the brilliant VP of Marketing, Alyssa Heiderchild, she decided the brand was, quote-unquote, too fratty, and that she wanted to actually, pay Dylan Mulvaney $185,000 for them to lose $1.4 billion in sales, which, incidentally enough, is as far as I know, the largest negative return on investment in business history for a marketing campaign. Perhaps the only one would be worse if the company went out of business, like the Osborne effect for the computing company. A fun fact or fun story for another time. Now, this comes from Anheuser-Busch profile. They say it's a picture of a man. Crazy enough, they're going back to their old demographics. Is a picture of a white man, which in terms of customer demographics, in terms of advertising, you're seeing less and less and less of that as, well, not just demographics in the United States change, but a lot of the marketing companies want to kind of double dip or decrease their they think they're making their marketing more efficiently by having multiple different demographics in the same advertisement, because, again, that way you can hit multiple demographics with just one budget of one advertisement. So I understand the logic behind it, and I think in some cases it does work. Now, incidentally enough, it has a picture of the man. Talk about marketing fail. So he's wearing, as we all know, men should always suit up. He's wearing a polo, but, I mean, he doesn't have I'm surprised he doesn't have any logo on his lapel. So apparently this is about a farmer. But we'll read the tweet. It says, quote, "Did you know we're the largest end user of rice in the U.S.? And we source it all from American farmers spending more than $150 million on approximately 20 million local grown bushels every year. Cheers to our rice farmers and all 65,000 Americans who bring our beer to life. Hashtag that's who we are," unquote. Unfortunately, more like hashtag that's who you were, unquote. Well, quote for me, pun obviously intended. And again, I thought that was an insult for decades. Like, I thought people would joke around cheap rice beer. Like, I always thought it was, American wheat and all that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, I know we grow rice in the United States, but I always thought that was an insult. I didn't know it was an actual real thing. Granted, I'm not much of a drinker. Truth be told, if the occasion sometimes calls for it, I'll enjoy a spirit from time to time. And again, if this was a farmer, he's standing by some silos. Why doesn't he have a logo or a name on his lapel? Does it even work? Because, again, they're portraying it like this is a farmer. And again, if it's a family farm or a business farm, I mean, imagine the opportunity to have your name or just as simple as your name on a lapel, where you could say, hey, this is my family farm, we worked for X amount of years. It'd be good emotional rhetoric. It'd be much more of a compelling advertisement because you're getting a direct connection to a real person. Again, this person is probably a real farmer. I mean, it definitely doesn't look like an actor. It's not that, they wouldn't call him Hollywood handsome by any means. But, again, and that's another lost opportunity. And they say, hashtag that's who we are. And again, they're also saying, we spend this much money on American crops, which that doesn't really make them that unique. Any business doing most of the beverage sales in the United States would just they would buy it anyway. I mean, one of the things due to not just tariffs, but also just the cost of transportation and logistics, one of the big reasons to manufacture things in the United States, well, again, it's also very prohibitive thanks to politics and the EPA. It's not an easy thing. But one of the benefits are what I just mentioned, the cost of moving it, the cost of the tariffs. So that's why some of the vehicles are made in the USA by quote-unquote foreign brands such as Mercedes or Honda or Toyota. They have U.S. factories. So even if Anheuser-Busch, this doesn't really make them more of an American brand, which is kind of what they're leaning towards or trying to compel. Granted, we could debate from dusk to dawn if they're really an American brand, because now they're Anheuser-Busch InBev, headquartered out of Belgium, which incidentally enough, I guess they don't just make good waffles and exceptional firearms, but they also own 40 plus beer brands under their portfolio. And again, it says I grow the rice, which it just doesn't seem that compelling. And they seem to be maybe pivoting away from their attempt to just give away their product for free, which again, that's the one time where I've seen more positive comments than negative, is when they're just giving crap away for free. Truth be told, when we look at the profiles responding to those, many of them are also they just want freebies. They're not real fans of the product. It's definitely not going to increase their sales by one iota, because again, they just want everything from free Mountain Dew coolers to sports balls tickets to gift cards. I almost just think it's just they just set up their profile on X Twitter and have a program just enter them literally into every one of those freebies and retweets for all of them. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the comment section is so utterly positive, saying thank you for buying our rice and putting it in your beer. I mean, probably not, but stab in the comments and find out. Again, in terms of it didn't go viral to say the least. I mean, after 48 hours, I wrote down the statistics. It got about 4,300 views, which for a multi-billion-dollar company, which everyone used to know and love, that's terrible to say the least. Now, not to brag, but I did get 400 views on one of my Bud Light videos recently. Now, obviously with me, I have the opposite formula as opposed to Bud Light. Them, it's all about volume over value. It's me, I'd rather just have quality over the quantity. Them, it's all about the quantity. Now, they also only got 80 likes, which is pretty low to say the least, considering presumably they have more than 80 employees left at the company. Perhaps they are mostly inebriated and drunk because they're drinking Bud Light. But let's go to the comments. Now, not to brag, but this first comment, the profile looks quite handsome. The topping show says, quote, "I thought rice beer was an insult. Didn't know people legitimately made beer from it in the U.S., unquote." Now, while that was one handsome looking devil in the profile picture, it only got one like, but it did get a like, to say the least, which is more than Pamela Hanson Etherton, who said thank you. They said something nice about Anheuser-Busch. This is a little suspicious. We have to check out her profile. So Pamela Hanson Etherton, according to her profile, looks like she's a Navy veteran, mom of 4, widowed, joined in 2008, and she wants baseball cards? She wants to win a gift card to Captain D's Fish Fillet? What the heck is that? Wants to win a Dragon Ball Z protein powder shaker cup. I would not have guessed that'd be their core demographic, because it sounds like she might be a grandma as well. She also wants to win gift cards, Star Wars pop figures, which, spoiler, has nothing to do with the beverage. It's apparently a little piece of plastic. Wants to win sports balls tickets, random machinery. Again, pre-workout? So, again, allegedly it's a real profile, and they did say thank you. Now, perhaps Anheuser-Busch, InBev, maybe the social media team, again, maybe they're perhaps inebriated. They didn't like her comment. They also didn't respond to her either. Which, again, how could you miss out on both of those? It's 2 strikes, Anheuser-Busch or Bud Light. Ridiculous. Now, someone by the name of Cher replied with, what is this? I forget what is the Moshi Moshi cat? The little cat saying thank you and having hearts. Cher, is that thankful? Does she own a farm? Let's check Cher out. Not the singer. We would never check her out. I don't want my eyes to melt like in the Indiana Jones film. That would be horrifying to say the least. Or is it Madonna? Whichever. Now, Cher, I don't want to say she's a liar. Well, she did say thank you to Anheuser-Busch, and her profile says Canadian expat living in the beautiful city of Chicago. She's drunk. I mean, I've been to Chicago. I grew up in the Midwest. I mean, I don't know how many people are realistically calling it. She did apparently join in 2014, and she wants to win. Oh no, she's brainless. Well, she lives in Chicago. There's a caveat there. Mentally vacuous is nicer, I think. She wants to win everything, so she's retweeting for AC/DC tickets, which, good band. She wants to win something for Janier Dale, some fashion thing. She wants to win some type of scam where it's like a medical device you strap to your knee. She wants to win a gift card. She wants to win, what is this, Angry Orchard, which, spoiler, I'm pretty sure, I think that's owned by Samuel Adams, which is headquartered out in the Northeast. So she wants to win Angry Orchard. She wants to win a custom PC. She wants to win a Stronghold. Wants to win an Xbox. Gift cards. She wants to win Nestle tea products, like everything. Wants to win Busch Light. So Cat Lady is mentally vacuous. She just wants free stuff. She's not giving out original statements. She's not even reposting things that are intellectually stimulating or even political gifts, or it's just free stuff. Just gift cards. So again, the 2 positive comments we've seen are from people who just want free stuff. Also an unverified account. Now, going down more and more, you have Straight from the D saying, quote, are you glad Doritos has taken over Bud Light's spotlight for terrible choice of a spokesman, unquote, getting 1 like. You have Just Me 75215 saying, AB and InBev insulted their core customers and refused to apologize. They are out of touch with their core customers and as woke companies are, unquote, getting 1 like. CM says, quote, making beer from rice. I'm not sure I admit to that, unquote, getting 1 like. See, I was right. That is, I always thought that was a pejorative slang for the beer community. It's like, oh, it's rice water or something like that. I've never heard anyone brag about their beer made from rice. I know sake is made from rice. I mean, people like that. Well, there's a time and place for everything, and for them, that makes sense. Now, D. Dabman says, quote, you're still thinking, quote, getting 1 like. Anthony Leach simply replied with a clown emoji. That got 1 like. McLovin Fogel says, trans rice, getting 2 likes. Nate Woodcock said, rice beer is whack, unquote, getting 1 like. Dan says, quote, I'm happy for that. Just wish you didn't allow yourselves to go all woke and then hardly issue an apology, unquote, getting 1 like. Let's see here. Young Chap 99 says, quote, what's up, Anheuser-Busch? Checking in again to see if you can tell the Bud Light and Budweiser Twitter accounts to unblock me. I gave them a good nature ribbing over the whole Dylan Mulvaney fiasco, LL, and I got blocked. Appreciate it, unquote. Getting 1 like. But no, my profile is still blocked from Bud Light, even though all I did was simply respond to one of their posts saying, thank you for giving me a reminder to purchase good old Yuengling. And I had a picture of a Yuengling case of bottles and cans on my interview podcast table. Just that, they blocked me for that. Granted, perhaps they tune into my daily show where they are certainly the winner of the Business Blunder of the Year for 2023. But again, in terms of my ex-Twitter just responding, that wasn't negative to their brand, just reminded me to buy the competition. Which, again, thanks to the Bud Light boycott, I know that Yuengling is still a family-owned, multi-generational company headquartered in Northeast and the oldest brewery in the United States. And truth be told, when my IT company has customer-facing events where we need to provide our own beer, I choose them because I like to support family-owned businesses. And granted, I probably should have known that decades ago in terms of the brand, but again, I'm not a big beer drinker. So thanks to the Bud Light boycott, I know how to support an American family-owned business. So again, I should thank Anheuser-Busch InBev and thank them for helping me connect that knowledge to that. Now, of course, we have that nice disclaimer saying, quote, show additional replies, including those that may contain offensive content. Of course, we're going to click that bonus button, and we see bye-bye saying Dylan Mulvaney tries stand-up. And let's see here. We can play that for a New York minute. It didn't get any likes, but it should be entertaining. It's Dylan wearing a dress with, what the heck are those? Just sandals or flip-flops? The F- of any fashion is flip-flops. I can't think of a single situation besides jiu-jitsu class where you would see someone in flip-flops and not think, dear God, have you just given up on life? Really? Flip-flops? Heaven forbid they're wearing socks, too. That's just ridiculous. So Dylan's wearing a skirt. I don't know if it's Dylan's real hair, but it's long, what is it, amber hair? And some type of bra? Let's see.
I would feel like I was a part of something bigger than myself. That was a double entendre. Look at me doing stand-up.
My eyes! They melt! Dylan slapped Dylan's rear end. That was quite horrifying. Now I understand why they put that disclaimer saying it may be offensive. But we endured. Now, again, going to the very top of the ad, they grow rice. They grow rice, but they don't grow their sales because, again, this doesn't give me a compelling reason to buy the product. Anyone who sells beverages in the United States is going to buy the crops. So, again, does this inspire you to go out and buy a Bud Light? Do you think the culture will shift and maybe the boycott will go away? I mean, they haven't addressed the 800-pound elephant or Dylan in the room. But, as always, let me know. It'll be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up or thumbs down or a comment is a great way to give me some more additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.